Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to Showtime, my playthrough of Showtime here. This is going to be part 2. In the last part we talked about this game, and we talked about how I played a similar game a month ago that just launched on Steam. I played it, right when it launched to try to let people know if it's worth their money or not. It was $2 higher than this one. It was $9.99. It's called Boss Movie Studios, I think was the name of it. So the only thing I did in the last video was I set up my settings for the game to kind of a medium difficulty because I gave myself $40 million, but I put my how well people know me down at, like 0, so nobody really knows who I am. So that makes it a little more difficult. By default, I think it's at 30%, and I moved that slider all the way down to just 5%. So the only other thing I did was I turned my tutorial off here, and then I want to show you here in the options you also have save and load games, so you can turn the sound on and off. Game settings doesn't allow you to do a whole lot. You can turn award ceremonies and autosave on and off, and check for updates. That's about it. Again, no options to change the resolution or go full screen or anything like that. So what I'm doing here is I'm just zooming in on the window. It's about an 800 by 600 window, somewhere around there, I think. There's also a cheats option, credits, and then quit. So I've turned off my tutorial, and we're in our first month now. We got all our money. We need to make a movie and try to compete and try to get, like, in the box office. As you can see, here's the top 10 movies in the box office. This is going to be different every time you play. Kind of random names, random movies, and how successful they are. Now, this is in the box office right now. You can also check and see what the biggest movies were ever. Hemp for Victory, a PG movie, $492 million is what it's made already. So you got to try to get your movies up here and try to make as much money as you can as the ultimate goal. That's what I see the ultimate goal as being anyway. So a game like this, you're really going to have to use your imagination. You're not going to have all the action and stuff like that. So if you're kind of a person that has an imagination and you like these kind of games where you have to think a little bit, maybe you're a solitaire player, you like solitaire, free cell, you like these kind of games like this, then this might be right up your alley. We're going to go ahead and show you how this works here. And the first thing you want to do, like I said, is you want to start a movie. You would typically go here to New Movie and start your movie. But before you do that, I did find this little feature here. You can go under Offices, and here you can kind of see all your facilities, how many buildings you own, monthly inkeep, and all this stuff. You can buy new facilities as you start to get more and more money and you really get into the game. And you can spend a lot of time in this game. You can upgrade all these different things, all the film technology, sound technology. Here it gives you all your statistics and stuff like that. But if you come to Offices and you come under, I believe it's Staff, right here, this shows your monthly wages for your studio department, your film production, and you can see that I have pretty much the lowest of the low in all this stuff. Like under studio departments, I don't have any extra writers, I don't have any scientists here. If you click on the little question mark, it'll show you what that is. Requires a laboratory which can be purchased. And what it does, the scientists dramatically increase your chance of summer blockbusters when using 3D technology in your films. Okay, so that's what you'd want to hire if you're doing 3D films and you got your own lab. Maintenance and repair. Every now and then your studio tech will break down. Unfortunately, this results in a repair bill. If you have maintenance or repairman on hand, the greater your chances are of not running into the problem. So that could cause delays if you don't have that, if you have that real low like I do. And cleaning. It's good to keep your studio looking nice. If it looks nice, if it looks like a dump, this will be reflected during your end of year evaluation and overall studio rating. So let's go ahead and pump up and at least have, I kind of wish you could kind of click on the stars where you want to go here, but you kind of have to keep clicking plus here. And let's go ahead and get some maintenance going on here as well. And what does writers do? Requires the script office, which can be purchased. So we're not going to worry about these two things because they require things we can't afford yet, a laboratory and an office. But we are going to go ahead and get some cleaning and maintenance going on. Film production, set decorating, that probably requires something again. Attributes require all films produced by your studio. Not only these affect the overall quality of your films, but influence award ceremony outcomes. So there you go. So let's go ahead and increase that. Notice our monthly expense is going up as we increase all this stuff. Okay. Costume department. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and max all this stuff out. $151,000, but we're just going to go for it. And that's in the film production. Cast and crew hospitality, lighting, cinematographer, director of photography, and special effects. You know what? Let's go ahead and max all that out too. And security, we want to definitely have some security, legal counsel, uh, in case we get sued or anything like that. Let's go ahead and max all this up too. And now let's go back to our overview here and see $347,000 is what we're spending per month. And this is per month. So every month we go forward, it's going to be this much money just to have this stuff. I don't know how big of an impact this is going to play. I can see it's going to cost us a lot more money in the production of a movie to do this. We're going to go ahead and try this. I didn't do this my first time. Now let's go ahead and go to the movie, and you certainly wouldn't have to max all this stuff out and be spending this much money if you didn't want to. I'm just trying this out. So I'm going to go ahead and go into a new movie now here. And here you can actually come up with your own title, your own plot, whatever you can dream up for what you want your movie to be about. You also have a random thing here where it'll kind of give you random names if you can't think of anything. So that's kind of cool. Unfortunately, you don't have a random plot creator. Now, you can either do this, but I think this is going to cost you a little bit more money if you come up with an original screenplay by default. This is if you do a sequel, so if you make a really good movie that does really well in the box office and makes a ton of money, you might want to try making a sequel to it, or more than one sequel, to try to kind of milk off the success of the first movie that you made. And then here you can kind of purchase the rights to a film already done, so you don't have to actually pay for writing and wait 4 months for the writing to be done. You can kind of get to work and get a movie out a lot quicker when you purchase the film rights. So you can look at all these different kinds of films you can buy, TV show adaptations, novel adaptations, and it'll tell you the price of which one it is. It'll kind of give you the ratings on settings, dialogue, the story arc, characterization, and stuff like that of each one as well. So what I do here is I kind of look for one that has, this one's not bad for $21,000. That's pretty cheap. I might go with Deserted. And it kind of gives you a plot to a seemingly ordinary man sits down to write his memoirs, a collection of extraordinary events that occurred throughout his life. So that's not bad. Especially when you look at something like this. This one's a $1.5 million, and I think that, which one was it? Yeah, this one is almost as good, except for characterization's kind of bad. But you know what? Let's just go ahead and buy this one. It's a drama. We're going to go ahead and buy this and spend little money. Achievement unlocked for sale Hollywood. Okay, so now you would be ready to hire your director, your producer, and your actors. But before you do that, you want to come into screenplay here, even though, no, this is typically where, if you do your own original movie, you're going to come in here and hire a writer. But, see, select a writer. We don't need a writer. We already have our rights that we bought. But what you want to come in here and do is you want to set your roles here. So if I want more than one actor, maybe I want, my main actor, I kind of read the plot outcome, maybe I want him to have a wife that's, in the story. So I'm going to hire a main actress as well, and maybe I'm going to go in here and also hire one additional actor and actress as supporting roles, okay? And here I can come in here, script themes, and I can kind of control what kind of movie I want to make. So if I want violence in it, if I want sexual references, adult themes or whatever, or if I want none of that, I would put all these sliders at the bottom. So let's say that I'm going to have a little bit of drugs in here. I'm going to have a little bit of bad language, low-level adult themes, a little bit of sexual reference, and maybe a little bit of violence, low-level nudity. So we'll try that, and it puts it at a mature rating. Notice how the rating goes up when you increase the stuff. Now it's parental guidance. Maybe we'll go ahead and make this a parental guidance movie with no nudity and see what happens. Now if I do adult themes, yeah, I can put adult themes way up here, and this is kind of realistic, So let's go ahead and go back now, and let's go get our cast and director and producer and all that. So let's go ahead and view the directors. Now here we have a list of directors here, their appeal rating, like A, B, C, D, or F, or whatever, and their stats. So this guy isn't bad, $348,000. His artistic vision isn't that great. His experience, he's got a little bit of experience. Let's go ahead and check the next one here. It doesn't have a picture of this guy. His experience is the same. He's almost as much money, but I think the other guy's stats were a little better. Same thing here. This guy wants even more money, 82 years old. She's got a lot of experience, though. So maybe I'll go with her at some point and see how that experience pays off. But she wants a little bit more money. This guy wants a ton of money, and his stats really aren't that good to show for it. Maybe he's a bigger name than Casper. No. Maybe. Oh my gosh, look at this one. Crystal Waltis. She has a lot of experience. Look at all her experience. And she's rated 4 stars. And look at all these stars down here for creativity, artistic vision, reliability, all that stuff. This is the chick I want. So you go ahead and find who you want. You go ahead and hit negotiate. And these people usually take 1 or 2 less on the salary, two slots less. But here you have on this director, you can also choose to have her produce the movie as well for the same price. So just check that, and you won't have to hire a separate producer. This will save you money. Now she may want a little bit more money since she's going to be doing both roles. So let's go ahead and increase that by 1 and see if she'll take that. And we've come to an agreement. So we've got Crystal Waltis as our director and our producer. Cool. So now we need to hire 1 actress, 1 star actor, 1 star actress, and 1 supporting actor and actress. So we're going to go ahead here and go view actors. And we just need to get these 4 and get them over here. So our main actor, we want to get somebody pretty good. So what I like to do is hit this yellow star here and look at only the 8 actors. There's star power here over here. And again, I'm looking for good stats. Now this one has a good, I hired one in my first game that had a bad attitude. I didn't even realize. I think they had like 2 stars, maybe 3 stars attitude. And they ended up getting in a fight with my director or something like that and ended up quitting and bailing on me like 4 months into production or 3 months into production when it should have almost been done. And I had to let them go and go back and hire another actor and start the whole thing all over again. So you really want to watch this attitude and reliability. You probably want to make sure those are pretty up there. Let's go ahead and try this guy here. 67 years old, that kind of sounds like that'd be about the right age for him to be looking back on his life too. Now here, we're going to go ahead and knock this down a couple of notches. See if he'll take 105,000 and come to an agreement. So we got him. We're going to go ahead and do an actress now. Same kind of thing. I want to get good actors and actresses. And we got all our actors now. We'll go ahead and finish that. Now we have everybody we need. We're going to go ahead and go back here at this point, and we're going to go into production. So we've worked out a rough budget for this movie for you, given the type of film and talent reach. We recommend you don't dip below our recommendation. So production budget is $591,000. Here I can choose where I want to film this at. Let's go and say I'm going to film it in North America. I can choose the city. We're going to say this is in Calgary. That's up in Canada. And on location. And the production budget, we're going to increase this a little bit. Okay. Special effects, you can kind of increase the special effects. We probably don't need a whole lot of that. That increases the money a lot. CGI budget as well. We're just going to do without that. And we're going to go ahead and greenlight it. And then it's going to say it's going to be finished in 2 months. It's only given us 3 stars on it. And it tells you how much money you've already spent on it, that kind of thing. So we need to wait 2 months now. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and end this month. We're going to go ahead and say finish the month. And welcome to Showtime. Just get to thank us for starting this game. We're going to go ahead and delete that. I like to delete these emails because these are kind of like emails letting us know what's going on. We're going to go ahead and finish month again. And 2 more months. Deserted has now started filming. We can click on that. Started filming in Calgary. Filming will continue for another 2 months before entering post-production. Great. So we're going to go ahead and hit delete. We're going to go ahead and finish the month. And then Deserted has finished filming. Great. That's a wrap. Deserted has finished filming. The film is now in post-production. Our team at the studio estimated it should take approximately 2 months to complete this work. So we're going to go ahead and delete that. We're going to go ahead and go to the next month again. Trying to get our movie done. And one more. Deserted has finished and is now awaiting release. So we're going to go ahead and delete that. We're going to come to our film projects and we're going to go, wow, cool. And we just need to market it now. Now at this point, we're going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I will see you in part 3 of our Showtime playthrough, and we'll talk more and hopefully finish this movie and see how it does and kind of get an idea and give you my impressions of this game and what I think about this game in part 3. So be sure you leave your comments down below. Be sure you rate and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and we'll see you in part 3. Thanks for watching. This has been Zaxter99.